In the last module, we have passed our data from the page to the page models via entry control. Now in this module, we're going to implement the INotifyPropertyChange. So let's jump to the welcome page.Xamarin file, and there I'm going to add a label control. And during runtime, whenever we will write something in the entry control, then it will update the label accordingly. But now the question is how to do that. Well, first of all, let's jump towards the welcome page model, and then as you can see that we have this username property and we have already bind this property with the entry control. Now this time we're going to bind the same username property with the text property of this label. And here we go. Let's run this application, and inside the entry, if I write something, then you will see that there is no change occurs in the label. And right now I have a label on the screen, but because of the empty text, the label is not visible. Now let's jump back to the Wheel Studio. And inside the welcome page model, I'm going to add an INotifyPropertyChange. Well, you will see an error, and that's because we need to implement the INotifyPropertyChange interface. So what I'm going to do is, I will simply select this red bulb and then try to implement the INotifyPropertyChange. And here we go. You will get the following lines of code at the end of this welcome page model. Remember that INotifyPropertyChange interface is used to notify clients, typically binding clients, that a property value has changed. For example, consider a property called username. When there is any change occurs in this username property, then we have to raise the property change event. Well, you can see that we have a property change event that will be raised when there is some kind of change occurs in our username property. And you can also see that we have a method called onPropertyChange, and that takes the name of our property. In order to invoke this property change event, we first need to call this method and pass our property name. So let's go to this username property, and there I'm going to call this onPropertyChange method, and this will accept the string. Let's pass the name of our property, and here we go. If we run this application and type something in the entry, then this time you'll see a label with the same text that we have typed in the entry control. Alright, that's working fine. So that's all from this section. See you in the next module.